Yeah, there was just another incident where, and I think I was around the same age. So at this, like, the first thing happened when I was 14, and then the rest probably happened when I was like 16.
So this was all like a few years within your grandpa's passing then, right?
Yeah. So there was this one that I remember very vividly where everyone in the home is like gone out for the day. It's like a beautiful sunny Alaska day. Like everyone's out.
Rare.
Yeah, I know. Very. But I just wanted to stay home. I think I was tired. So I'm in my room just like chilling, about ready to take a little nap. And all of a sudden I just hear like pots and pans being thrown up against the wall, bangings, like all this other stuff. And I'm thinking it's my sister. And I'm like, Lord help her. I'm going to kick her head in. Yeah. And I'm just, so I wait it out thinking it's going to go away, and it doesn't go away. And then I open the door and I look over and like nothing, like no cabinets are open, no pans or pots or whatever are thrown about. Everything's just like totally fine. I'm just like, what the heck is going on here? Yeah, I went in my room and I didn't bother coming out until my mom was home. I was like, Mom?
Isn't that weird? That's a weird reaction, right? Like, this will keep me safe.
Yeah. Like for me, it was like always the blanket.
I think a lot of children, a lot of kids, they're like, nope, safety blanket.
Nothing can touch me if I'm fully under this blanket.
Even as an adult, that's a go-to. Because it's like, okay, well,
give me my blankie. I need it.
Maybe it's something where you just don't want to be touched, like physically touched by things. So if it grabs you through a blanket, you're like, well, at least it's slimy skin or whatever isn't touching my skin. I win. Like, what's your other like means of defense? You're just like, I will
hit you with this pillow,
talk you to death. I don't know, fucking
pillow
know.
Fight. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's really strange. The thing with the phone kind of reminded me of I've had a couple weird instances in my life where I've called myself. That sounds weird, right?
Yeah.
Like where I'll be sitting. I remember, and both of them happened at my parents' house, but I remember there was this one time I was sitting on my computer, my phone started ringing, and I looked at it and it said Scott calling. And I didn't have any friends named Scott at the time. So I was like, weird. And I answered it. And it was like this, and this could be 100% explainable. It could just be like a weird spam or scam call or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was like a weird, several different voices like spliced together to say like a sentence that really resonated with me at the time.
What did it say?
I don't remember the full thing, but I remember a clip of it was, I think it was from Seinfeld. I think it was Kramer like yelling at Jerry saying like, look at yourself in the mirror, like look what you've become, and like this and that. And so I was sitting there like I'm like 16 or something like that, just listening to me, robot me or spliced me or whatever, like shit talking me hardcore. And I just remember being like hella spooked, sitting there for like 30 seconds listening to this thing talk on a loop.
Wow.
And then just like kind of turning it off and just like putting the phone down and being like, how did that happen? You know?
Yeah.
Because even the number that came up, like, or there was no number. It literally just said Scott is calling.
Weird.
And it was like one of those old flip phones, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that happened. And another time it happened, and I was on the elliptical, and it was a similar situation, but there was no talking. It said Scott calling,
just
and
silence.
I was sitting there working out, and I was like, oh, this is going to be fun again, isn't it? So I opened it, and I just listened to it, and it was just kind of like, it wasn't like I'd say like it was really like low, like white noise or something like that.
Interesting.
But no actual voice coming over or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I've heard stories about people that get phone calls from like loved ones or dead relatives or something like that.
It could be them like saying their last goodbye or something.
Yeah.
I know. I wish I would have picked it up, but I was just way too spooked. Yeah. And then there was something that happened with like our family dog, right? Like shortly after my grandpa passed.
Yeah.
So we had an English bulldog, and my grandpa just like loved the snot out of her. And so shortly after my grandpa passed, my dog is sitting in the bathroom and she's facing the tub, and she's just like her head is on the little like tub rail or whatever you call that. And she's just like crying. You couldn't get her to move, and her eyes were just staring off, and she's just crying like hard, like someone just hit her or something.
Yeah.
Matilda, like, come on, let's go. And she wouldn't go. And my mom strongly thinks that it could be my grandpa like going over there and just saying goodbye. Yeah. I was like, oh man, that's crazy.
That wouldn't surprise. I feel like animals see a lot of
I feel like
stuff.
animals in like small children can pick up on things more so than us older people. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, maybe. We just kind of lose sight of that. I think there's like a certain magic that disappears the older we get. We're just like, fuck it, whatever. I gotta go to a job.
Smacking us upside our head.
That doesn't help. Yeah, for sure.
Kind of walls us off and not makes us so open to
makes sense.
These things. You know?
Yeah. The old, like, what is it, pineal gland or something like that? That people are like, oh, well, maybe your pineal gland needs to be decalcified. And when people say that to me, I'm like, so what? I need like a sponge or something? Like, I don't know.
like chisel. Like what's the tool?
Some crystals. Should I get some crystals?
Yeah. My chakras.
I don't know. Like I've thought about it too, because I remember I used to see a lot of shit as a teenager and stuff, and I got so spooked out to the point that I actually just like prayed to God for it to stop. I was like, hey God, this is super cool and all, but if you could
just like not today, just like knock it off.
But now as an adult, like since I see so few things as an adult, like it's few and far between that I actually see something outside of the norm that like I kind of miss it a little bit. I'm kinda, like, isn't that weird? That's like a twisted.
Yeah,
that's like an abusive relationship or something. I'm like, come back.
I kind of miss being smacked in the face. No,
I miss you waking me up at 3 a.m. with your terrifying image.
Yeah.